I'm going to talk you through my economical calendar cheat sheet for May 2026 and how I'm going to be looking at the trading month ahead for the US 30. Please note that I'm not telling you that you should be trading or how you should be trading. I'm just talking you through what events are coming up and how they are likely to affect the market and how I'm going to be using that information in my trading. So if you're excited to learn, hit the thumbs up button before we get started. I make one of these every single month so that I can print it off and keep it at my trading desk, just because it helps me to see at a glance everything in one place. Obviously, I still check the economical calendar online because that will have all of the information. So when these pieces of news come out, I will obviously need to check what they relate to and what actually happened. But this kind of helps me to plan the month ahead, the week ahead, and just helps me to see what's coming up so that I can plan the trading day, because obviously every day is slightly different. So it's kind of like any other job where you'll have days when there are admin bits which are the same every single day, but then there'll be certain days when there are meetings or different places or things that you have to be doing on those days. Trading is kind of similar to that. There are the things that are similar every single day, but then there's also these little things that come up that are obviously going to affect the market. And although I do technical analysis as well, I strongly believe that the thing that is actually moving the markets are the fundamentals. So the market moves up because the market is doing well. It doesn't move up because of technical analysis. So understanding what's coming out on certain days and what days are likely to be easier or more difficult is really, really, really helpful. So I make one of these every month. If you want to stay up to date with this channel, with these videos, then make sure to follow Trading Angel now as well. And if you would like one of these so you can print it off and keep it at your trading desk like I do, then send me an email at info@tradingangel.co.uk and call it May Calendar. So first of all, the last couple months have been super interesting ones, because obviously at the start of the March video, we had just had the war break out in Iran. And obviously that caused a huge drop in the market. So prime example of how technical analysis means virtually nothing when huge things like that are happening. So the market is going to go in the direction of the news, no matter what else is happening. And obviously we saw that huge drop in March on the US 30. In the April video, I suggested that that was potentially going to be a move up as the market recovered, because that's what the US 30 likes to do. It likes to overreact a little bit and then it will recover. And that's what we saw last month. So I feel like those two big moves have happened. And now we're at kind of an interesting point where there is room for it to go in either direction, really, depending on what comes out of this month on certain days. So this month is actually a little bit more quiet in many ways than the last two. A, because that situation has kind of settled, and also because there is less news coming out. We had huge earnings season last month. We've only got a few earnings this month. I think we've only got 3. And we had the interest rate decision at the end of April. And therefore, it doesn't look like we actually have another one scheduled in for the rest of this month. So there's less going on, but there is still a lot to talk about. So let's get into it. So first thing I'm going to say is that although I'm trading the US 30 and I'm trading the New York session, I am in the UK. So all the times on here are UK time. So if you live in another country, then you may just need to adjust them slightly. I have also added in a new feature, which is the seasonality. So this just means that historically, based on past data, the US 30 in the month of May is 73% bullish. That does not mean that the market is definitely going up this month. It just means that historically it's 73% bullish. Obviously, past performance is not a reliable indicator for future results, but you can use this how you like. There might be a slight edge towards bullishness in May. There are obviously months where it has been 100% bullish based on past data. So that will be interesting when we get to one of those. But even that isn't necessarily a reliable indicator, because you could get something terrible coming out like a war that month. And the market will obviously likely react to that rather than sticking to its historical seasonality. But anyway, that's on there as a new feature. So Friday the 1st, usually on the first Friday of the month, we have NFP, but we actually don't this month. We have NFP on the second Friday. So the first Friday, we've got Chevron releasing their earnings before the market opens, which I love when they do that because it means that you can use that as part of your directional bias. The little trick that I always say is to check the earnings, so check the number when it comes out, but also do a Google search of the company because they will release a press release. And if you go to the news tab in Google, you can read everything that they say about it. Often what will happen is they'll tell you what happened in the quarter, so what the earnings were for the previous quarter. And obviously that's important, but what's even more important than that is what they predict will happen for the next quarter. So usually they'll say something like, earnings were up in the past quarter, but we actually think that they're going to drop for the next quarter. So if they say that, that's conflicting information. You're giving greatest weighting to what they say is likely to come up rather than what's just happened. So just be aware that what happened and what they think is going to happen might be different. Obviously, in an ideal world, they would be the same. So when they say earnings were really good, we expect them to keep getting better, that's obviously a huge hit under your bullish column. By the way, I do have a pre-market checklist, which helps you to establish directional bias. So obviously earnings is on here, economical data is on here, what Trump and the Fed are doing is on here. So there's also technical analysis as well as fundamentals. So if you want help with a pre-market checklist and how to use this information to get your directional bias, then I go over this in the coaching program and also in Trading Angel Academy. So if you want information on either of those, send me an email to info@tradingangel.co.uk and let me know what you want information on. So on this day, we have high impact news coming out at 3 p.m. So usually what that means for me is that I'm still looking for trades on the open at 2:30, but sometimes I'm not fully committed yet until 3 o'clock. That's because sometimes on the US30, there are huge spikes early on and quite sharp direction changes. And often these can happen around 3 o'clock, especially if there is high impact news. So you could have a huge move up on the open, for example, and then this news is really negative, and then a huge drop down at 3 p.m. Sometimes that happens, sometimes it doesn't, but it's just good to know when the last piece of high impact news is coming out. Monday looks pretty straightforward, nothing going on there so far. We've got jolts at 3 p.m, so same situation. Jolts can often be quite big depending on how big the news is, but it's one to watch. On Wednesday the 6th, we've got Walt Disney releasing their earnings before the market opens. So again, same deal, type Walt Disney into Google, go onto the news tab, just see what the past and the future projections are. Last piece of high impact news coming out at 1:15, so you can use this as part of your pre-market check. I have put a little cross next to these dates, and that's because the 2 days before NFP are often very difficult to trade, and that's because the market is waiting for the news to come out, so it's often a little bit more indecisive. Usually what this looks like on the US30 is that the candles are very big and very volatile. So there might be like a bullish candle, bearish candle, bullish candle, bearish candle, and they could each be 50 to 100 points long, which means that it's virtually impossible to get into a position in either direction, even if you have the direction right, just because the pullbacks are so extreme that it's difficult to actually get a good risk to reward ratio. So on these days, unless you have a very, very good entry and a lot of experience, usually it's easier to sit out. I still like to stay involved with the market, and this could mean doing your pre-market checklist, and it could mean taking the trade on a demo account, but these are usually the most difficult days to actually get something out of it. So if you were going to take days off, these would be those. Thursday the 7th, we have McDonald's before the market opens, high impact news at 1:30, but again, it's the day before NFP, so this is likely to be even more difficult than the Wednesday. Friday, we have NFP. For some reason, I haven't put the time there, but it's 1:30 UK time. So it's an hour before the market opens. I've put a little warning symbol. It's likely to be very volatile on this day. If you are trading with a prop firm, make sure you are out of all open trades before NFP. So set an alarm clock to close all open trades, because often the prop firm will disclose your entire account if you have a trade open at this time. This one's going to be really important for your directional bias because it's an hour before the market opens. So if there's a really strong NFP, obviously this will make a huge difference for when the market does open. NFP is very hit and miss. Sometimes we get an excellent trading day and sometimes it's very, very difficult. So there's a little warning symbol so you know to not to try too hard if it is very difficult. I do find that the Monday and the Tuesday after NFP are usually a lot easier. That's because the market has got the information that it needs. So almost the opposite of these 2 days. These 2 days it's waiting for the information. On these 2 days it has the information. So sometimes the move can be a little bit smoother and a little bit more decisive. So I've put little trading angel symbols in the corner so you know that these days might be easier than these ones. High impact news at 3 p.m. So just be aware there could be a sudden direction change here. Not much happening on the 12th so far. On the 13th, we've got 1:30 high impact news. Same on the 14th, not much happening on the 15th. And to be honest, we've got a couple quiet days. We've got FOMC minutes on the 20th. So I put a warning sign here because often this can mean a lot of volatility. I don't really like to trade when this is happening, because often you can just get really big whipsaws in both directions. It makes things very difficult. Unless something very decisive is coming out of it, which doesn't happen very often, then it's very difficult to trade. But high impact news again at 1:30 on Thursday. Memorial Day on the 25th. So this will mean that there is reduced trading. The stock market should be closed, and therefore it's a good day to have a holiday. Just remember that means that the 26th will behave almost like a Monday, because this is when the volume will come back into the market as if it was from the weekend. So if anything's happened over the weekend, then the 26th might behave more like a Monday. Often a Monday on the US30 can set a new swing in motion. Sometimes it's a doji candle on the day chart, which means it was like an up down or a down up. And then the real swing or the real move kickstarts on the Tuesday. But if we have Monday off, then Tuesday might behave like a Monday and Wednesday might behave like a Tuesday. And then we've got high impact news at 3 p.m. on the 28th. So just be aware that that might cause a sudden direction change. Other than that, it's looking pretty quiet for the rest of the month. That doesn't mean it's going to be quiet. There's still time for Donald Trump to say something or do something, or for something dramatic to happen. But at the moment, this is the information that we have. So things might change in the month. If you have one of these and you print it off and you keep it at your trading desk, then obviously what you can do is you can just write notes on it. So if anything comes up between now and then you can just add it to this and have it there. Remember, send me an email to info@tradingangel.co.uk if you would like one of these. And also if you're interested in the coaching program,